Good morning, students. Today we will start our first chapter of book Flamingo, and our first chapter is the last lesson. So, first of all, we will read about the author. So, Alphonse Daudet is the author of this chapter, and his working period was 1840 to 1897. He was a French novelist and short story writer. And the last lesson is set in days of Franco-Prussian War 1870 to 1871, in which France was defeated by Prussia, led by Bismarck. Prussia then consisted of what now are the nations of Germany, Poland, and parts of Austria. In this story, the French districts of Alsace and Lorraine have passed into Prussian hands. Read the story to find out what effects that had on life at school. So this chapter, the last lesson is about war between Prussia and France, and France was defeated, and the two major districts of France, namely Alsace and Lorraine, passed into the hands of Prussia. The lesson describes how the Prussian rule affected the life of people of Alsace. So how the life was affected? First of all, their language has been snatched by the rulers. They could not speak their own language. They could not talk in their own language. They could only think in their language. They have to speak German language. That language was imposed on them. So we can relate to this imposition as we were also ruled by Britishers. We were ruled by the Britishers, and we have to leave our culture, many part of our cultures, civilization and customs, and we have to follow the rules of those Britishers. Similarly, it happened with those French peoples. They had to leave their language. They had to accept the German language, the foreign language. So this chapter basically is about the effect of that rule, the effect of that order of imposition of the German language. So this chapter describes that how the last lesson of their own language has been taught in the school, and how the teachers and how the students were affected by this order, and what do they think about their own language. So the narrator of this chapter is a student in a school. So let's start the chapter. I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of a scolding, especially because M. Hamel had said that he would question us on participles, and I did not know the first word about them. For a moment I thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. It was so warm, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, and in the open field back of the sawmill the Prussian soldiers were drilling. It was all much more tempting than the rule of participles, but I had the strength of resist and hurried off to school. So this chapter started with the morning of that student who is going to the school, and he said that he is going late. He started late to the school. Why? Because he really did not want to go to school, because his French teacher M. Hamel is going to ask the rules of participles, and he really do not know any word about them. And for a moment he start that he should run away from the school. He should spend the day outdoors. It was so warm, so bright out there. Birds were chirping. So he had very tempting scenario out there, and he could resist to he could fall to it very easily, but he just control his resistance. And he saw there the Prussian soldiers who were drilling there. He saw the sawmill there, and he got that strength to resist those beautiful scene of morning, and he just went to school. He hurried to go to school. When I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the draft, the orders of commanding officers, and I thought to myself without stopping, what can be the matter now? So when he passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of bulletin board. So what is this bulletin board? Bulletin board is kind of a notice board, you can say, where all the orders of that ruling countries were stuck on that, and the people of the country or the people of that village were informed about the latest rules, informed about the latest orders of the government. So, and the narrator tells us that for 2 years, the bad news had been coming through that bulletin board. This bulletin board informed them about lost battles, the draft, the orders of commanding officers, And now he just asked himself that what order should be it now, what would be the matter now. And what was the matter? Then, as I hurried by as fast as I could go, the blacksmith watcher was who was there with his apprentice reading the bulletin called after me. Don't go so fast, Bub. You will get to your school in plenty of time. So when he was just going to the school hurriedly, so the blacksmith was there, who was there with his apprentice. What do you mean by apprentice? Apprentice is a word which is used for a practitioner. You practice under somebody, so that then you will call apprentice, or sometimes it is intern also. So here it is apprentice. So he was reading the bulletin also, and when he saw this the boy who was going to the school, so he just teases him by saying that, just why are you going so fast, Bub? Bub here refers to a small boy. So small, yes, small boy. So he says that he is making fun of him, that why are you going so fast? Why blacksmith said so? Because he knows that, this boy really do not want to go to school. Every time he makes excuses, every time he's late to the school. So that's why he was making fun of him, that why are you going so fast? You must go very slow, by because you have all the time to go to the school. So we're just making fun of him. Then I thought he was making fun of me, and reached Hammel's little garden all out of breath. So he know that that blacksmith is making fun of him, and he just went to his school. He reached Hammel's garden out of breath. So hurriedly he ran so fast that he was out of breath. Then, usually when school began, there was a great bustle which could be heard out in the street, the opening and the closing of desks, lessons repeated in the unison, very loud, with our hands over our ears to understand better, the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. But now it was also still. I had counted on the commotion to get to my desk without being seen, but of course that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. Through the window I saw my classmates already in their places, and M. Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how blushed and how frightened I was. So what happened? When he reached the school, whenever school began, he is just giving us the regular routine or the regular scenario of the school. What happened regularly their school? There was a great bustle. Bustle means there was a great chopping, there was a great movements, there was a great sounds in the school, noises in the school which were made by students, which were made by the staff and the teachers, and which could be heard out in street, and it could be heard in streets also, and the opening, the closings of the desks, and the lessons repeated in unison. What do you mean by unison? Unison means in one voice, in one go, everybody together, when all class sing a lesson together, that is called unison. So the lessons repeated in unison, loud, and their hands on the ears, so that they can repeat their lines better. But now everything was so still, and he had to count the commotion. What do you mean by commotion? His steps. So he counted his steps, that in how many steps he could reach his desk, and without being seen. But everything was so quiet that he could be seen by everybody sitting there, and even by his teacher M. Hamel. And he saw his teacher, who is running to and fro. He was walking to and fro with his ruler under his armpit, and he saw the terrible ruler, and he was so much embarrassed at that time, and he was imagining that how he would enter into the room, and how he would go to his seat without being seen. It couldn't happen. Why? Because everything was so still, everything was so silent there, and he was so blushed, and he was so embarrassed and frightened to reach his place. And finally somehow he reached his place, but nothing happened. M. Hamel saw me and said very kindly, "Go to your place quickly, little Franz. We were beginning without you." So what happened? But nothing happened like that. He was so afraid that his teacher would scold him, his teacher would turn him out of the class for coming so late. But nothing had happened like that. He just entered his room, and M. Hamel told him very kindly that just go to your place quickly. We were beginning our chapter without you, but you just came, so just take your place. So why everything was so still? Why everything was so changed today? Of course, because it was the last lesson. And one more thing. Here in this last line, we were introduced with the name of our narrator. And what is the name of the narrator? Is Franz. So this little boy called Franz. I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk. Not till then, when I had got a little over my fright, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt, and a little black silk cap all embroidered, that he never wore except on inspection and prize days. So he just jumped over the bench, he sat down there and he rested there, and what does it mean? Now till then, when I had got a little over my fright, his embarrassment, his fear of being late in the class, he just controlled his feelings. And what he saw that his teacher has been dressed in a very beautiful green coat, frill shirt, which he usually wore at the on some special occasions like some inspections or some prize days. So it was very unusual for him that on a very casual day, on a very regular day, his teacher has been dressed so beautifully or so handsomely. So that's all till here. Read the chapter and we will find out that how his teacher and why his teacher has been dressed so handsomely on that day.